What's going on? What's going on? It's the Grown Man Clique. I'm T. Scott. What up? To my left.
This is your boy J.I., the Mass Creator.
And to his left, one of our esteemed colleagues, one of our special guests.
This your boy Indigo. You know what I'm saying? Just having a good night, good time with the guys. You know, Grown Man Clique in the building.
And all the way over on the end, I know y'all done seen them knees.
Come on, man. They out here. It's like getting CEO Rich is in the motherfucking building.
And to my right, another esteemed guest of ours.
Hey, thank you, Grown Man Clique, for having me out. Anthony Hunt here, Queensman in the building.
And then all the way down 95, our man who's always seeing shit.
Man, go.
And then heading up in the back tonight is our man,
John. What's up?
what's going on? How y'all doing? First of all, we want to say that that's right. It's all brothers tonight. We want to
Sausage Fest.
Damn. You just had really?
Wow.
You might take over there. Nah, son.
Yo, but no.
Damn,
Look, this topic, we needed the guys. We can have girls come in and bring in a little bit of the effervescence in the end, but for since Grown Man Clique is guys, and then our special guests where we wanted to bring in male models, they gotta be males, right? So we just got a chuck full of nuts panel today. We make coffee.
Just don't stop this.
Better coffee a millionaire's money can't buy. that's what we got here. So let's go to the peanut gallery right quick. I see some hands clapping. Yeah, that's what's up. What's up?
You
What's
know,
up?
we got our man out
Yeah.
there too.
Oh,
Hold on. Stop.
yeah.
We got an esteemed guest
On the screen,
today.
yes, that's right. We can't forget our boy Ty Chaco is in the house too. What's up?
Give me that. What's up, brother?
Yeah, we got the male models in the house tonight. You ladies have seen their abs, you've seen their muscles, but guess what? That's their shit. I ain't never taking my shit off. You remember that one time?
It had to be one.
Oh my gosh, who was the other model?
I don't know. I want to say it probably was Jay.
No, it was a dude. Remember, I was standing between you and him, and y'all just finished shooting. And I pulled my shirt up.
I know you're talking about with a P. He gonna be like, yo, you can't remember my name. That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, the whole idea is that in these two muscle cut up model-esque statuesque features, and I was looking like a grown man with the soft belly in the middle, and I was like, look at all this sexiness. Hello, handsome men of the GMC and guests. I hope everyone is well this marvelous Monday. Smooches.
What's up, Sean? Gang.
What's up to Christy?
What's up, Christy? What's up, Jay?
What's happening?
I know Sheila's out there somewhere. All right.
My man, my brother E's out there.
What's up, E? Hey, what's up, my peoples? That's right. We coming in hot tonight.
You said Jay was out there?
Yeah, Jay out there.
Like Jay Nicole?
Yeah, Jay Nicole.
Hey, Jay Nicole.
Oh, Jay, what's up, Jay?
I will wait.
So anyway, as you know, each night when we start the show, after we intro, we take our toast. We're going to toast to a good show, good conversation, good time. You can toast with whatever you're drinking. People in the peanut gallery, our guests that comment on the side is the peanut gallery. You can lift them up right now, and here we go. We say clink, clink.
Jay.
Sir.
That's right, high quality H2O.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right. Except for mine had a shot of tequila. Hey, everyone. Hey, guys.
What's going on, Kay?
And then we got my lovely, beautiful wife, Sheila, coming in. Hey, baby.
Auntie,
Hey, baby.
All right.
How you doing, sugar? How you doing, sugar? I'm going to give me some of that sweet loving later. Right now, the men's is talking. No. So anyway, what we normally do is we go around the room, find out what everybody's been up to since the last podcast. If you just want to tell us what you've been up to this week, that's fine. But let's go. Van, what you been up to, man?
Just
Michael Jackson and the
Working.
shit out of life.
Right.
Working.
running into weird stuff. As everybody knows, well, a lot of people know, and some people don't know, I work as an electrician on my 9 to 5. And I went to a guy's house today to do a closet light, and he was trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Well, his closet light was tied into the ceiling fan in the other room, and the vibration shook the wires loose, but it wasn't regular wires. Somebody had used a piece of drop cord and just ran it across the attic. and it was just a mess. I was like, yeah, all this has got to come out. So today was just a mess.
All right, Mr. Hunt. Ethan Hunt. Mission Impossible. What's been up, man? How them queens been looking? What's going on with y'all?
Well, just finished New York Fashion Week and London Fashion Week.
All right.
You went in the blindies?
Yeah.
You ate bangers and mash?
Yeah, man. It was a nice experience. Shout out to Beautiful You Fashion Store for having us. It's just a lot since the last podcast with that going on. We've booked up the first half of the year already. We are ambassadors for Pain is Love fashion show coming up, and it's basically based on domestic violence.
Okay.
So, we brand ambassadors for that. We have a cruise coming up, and we 9 cabins away from 200 people for that show.
You told me about it, but
Nice.
you didn't resend the info. I
That's
told
big.
you I'm always looking for a
Nice.
cruise,
Big.
but I don't know because if the Queensmen gonna be on there, I gotta watch Sugar. Because with all the Sugar like putting the lotion on the muscles, So I don't mind it, but that's when we take the picture.
Right.
But anyway,
The summer, we've been invited out to an event in Boston for a summer extravaganza to speak to the at-risk male youth, and kind of like touch on the avenue of fashion and style and how to avoid from getting caught up in the streets.
okay,
we
that's
know
what's
how
up.
that go.
You doing some stuff, man. You doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so just shout out to Mama Avanette. She been
I talked
she
to her
been-
today
yeah,
a little bit.
She been
so.
putting her foot down.
All right, Miss Arvanette, take a little bit of clap. I think you probably somewhere in the peanut gallery because you said you weren't gonna miss it. So, all right. So let's go to the back row. What's up, John? What you been up to?
Not much. Going to be starting working at Sinai soon.
New job?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir.
Other than that, just taking it easy.
What are you gonna be? You gonna be a proctologist assistant?
Oh, yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it. Right. Exactly.
Man.
Rubber glove?
Nah, do it wrong.
KY
Hey.
Nah, got to do it wrong.
Right.
with both of your hands on their shoulders.
Move away from me now.
Technology department, so everybody's okay.
Yeah, good. My boy Scott, what you been up to?
Low-key weak, man.
I know.
It is what it is. Now that I know this black car outside the studio ain't no damn cop, I'm good. I had to get some bricks.
You-
Over 40 years, that's what we do in B-More. We throw bricks and run.
God damn.
I don't know about all that.
Shit.
I ain't never done that.
I ain't done it.
Mm-mm. I have no idea.
That yeah, okay.
That's what happens to transplants to Baltimore. See, I ain't from here. Just throw bricks and run.
Okay. Mr. Indigo, it's been a minute. I mean, like I've seen you at a few events. Like we bumped into each other like 3-4 times in like a
Yeah.
month's time. So
Yeah.
you've been out and about, but what you been up to? What's been going on? What's that hustle like? What you been up to since you've been back into this grand scheme of things?
So it's crazy. I've been blessed to, I guess, just walk into certain situations without really trying. I guess God just was like, "Hey, this is you." You know what I mean? One was also up there at New York Fashion Week. Man, I wish I knew you was there. We could have linked up. That would have been dope. And then I know people be like, what? I'm not big with fashion shows, but because it takes a lot. Like, it's a lot of prep work. It's
Yes, sir.
4 hours before you walk sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the creativity of photo shoots. But just also happenly, I've been getting hit with fashion show, and I'm getting ready to leave and go to the Cayman Islands, coming up for a big fashion show. So
That's what's up.
God is working.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Working. Other than that, making content, working with a lot of different brands, from bag companies to glasses companies to plethora of things. That's just been, once again, I can't say nothing but thanks to the man upstairs for just making things work for me. So I'm definitely
That's what's good.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Us. All right, we going to skip to the screen. So we going to my man Taco. What's been up,
Yes,
Taco?
sir.
What's
Man,
been
let me
up?
tell you, it's been a whole lot. It's been a whole lot. I would have to say, in the past year and a half, I've had to step back, relax, and take notes and watch what's around me. Because before I go to the next step, I got to see who I'm bringing with me to the next step.
Okay. Well,
You
look,
know what I'm saying?
look, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but that
Go ahead.
sounds like show topic stuff.
Yeah.
Save the juice. Give us the highlights. Like What's been going on with you?
All right. Well, I've been doing a lot of commercial modeling, and that's been going great. That's been a new addiction. Not to mention, I got engaged in December. So,
Oh, congratulations.
thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, it's crazy. A lot of people say, "You get married?" I said, "Yeah, man." Okay, all right. I ain't gonna be single forever now. So it's been taking a lot of dedication and a lot of work, and it's definitely worth it. So that's my main focus right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I hear that.
All right, let's jump back in the room for a minute and to my boy Richie Rich, the Slut Gang CEO.
Hey, man.
Knees out.
He's out in the building.
What's up? What's up? What you been up to, my brother?
Man, I've been gone for a minute. Those who know knows, and I wanna publicly say I appreciate all y'all.
Yeah.
All right, everybody who reached out to me, I want to say thank you, Van, Scott, everybody. John even reached out to me.
Got
Shauna, thank you. Jay, thank you. We're gonna talk about that basketball. I'm gonna save that, Jay. I'm gonna say it. We're gonna talk. There's a lot we need to talk about. Listen, thank you. But I'm back. I'm here.
Okay.
It's all good. Thank you, Auntie. Also, I mean, Auntie Sheila
Cool.
in the building. Thank you. I appreciate all y'all.
More in the peanut gallery. Want to say what's up to Marcy?
What's up, Marcy?
Hey, Miss
All right,
Harry.
Marcy.
Anthony.
Man.
What's up, all of the fine people in the house tonight? That's what we talking about. Hey, Sequoia, how you doing? So, it's about that time, ain't it, fellas? Time for us to go to one of those. Whoa, shoot! Not again. Here we go. Flowers or powder for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Flowers and Powder. And if you're new to the show, if you've never seen Flowers and Powder, if you want to know what Flowers and Powder is about, we're going to go all the way back down 95 to my boy Van Gogh so he can let you know what Flowers and Powder is all about. Tell him.
So, Flowers and Powder is the segment of the show where if somebody's done something amazing for you, you can virtually give them flowers or a shout out or, an attaboy or a good job or whatever and say, appreciate it. But if you have that one guy that's doing 34 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone and won't let anybody by, when you get to that stop sign, jump out the car, put some baby powder on them hands, make him roll that window down, and smack the dog shit out of him.
What?
That's right. So this is where you can air whatever's been on your chest. You don't have to name names unless you want to. You can just give situations unless you want to go deeper. But you can let people know when they pissed you off. But guess what? On the flip side, you can also send that love, that deep appreciation, that beautiful sentiment to somebody that did something great for you. And people in the peanut gallery, if you just comment your Flowers and Powder, we're going to put them up on the screen. So anybody burning or yearning for Flowers and Powder, anybody got something that's on their chest they need to get off?
Burn it.
Shut up. Why is everything special with you? My heart is burning for your love.
What's the matter? You burning?
My heart is yearning for you. You got something?
I got flowers.
You got flowers? That's good.
Yeah, mine is just for those just that are supportive of what I'm doing, understanding the process. Because at first, and I'm pretty sure you'll get to it in the discussion, it was a lot of nay, looking for a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'll elaborate more on the show. But
Okay.
for those that's just there and just trusting the process and supporting it, flowers.
Yeah.
What's up to Jesse?
What's up,
Hey,
Jesse?
Jesse.
Anybody got any more flowers?
Because when
I would say No, my bad. Go ahead.
Flowers to the powers that made it possible for me to land the new job that I'm going to be at.
My bad. My bad.
Believing is the reason. That's what we say.
I don't know about that, but maybe it was the HR department.
But you believe in them, right? They hired your ass.
Of course I have.
Okay, then. I didn't say a higher power. I said believe it.
I think he had one.
Believe it, you will achieve it, right?
Yes,
I
it does.
definitely was thinking the HR department, but I was gonna shut up.
That's fine. That's fine. If it's the HR department gets a flower,
I think he had one.
go
So-
ahead,
so you
Ty. Give
realize
them
what
what?
they
Give,
got.
give us what you got, Ty.
No, I really just want to give the flowers to everybody and anybody who I collaborated with back in the days. You brought the Rat Pack, and that we did 2 shoots that day. That was my first time shooting with you, and just to click with the DMV's finest at that time. Indy, Ambrosia, and Shannon, and a few others at the scene, including Jay Nicole. I look back at it; it was just like a phenomenal time. And outside of 804, B-More, your studio is where I had the best days.
Thank you so much, man.
The best days.
Appreciate that, man.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
we got a flower on the screen. Flowers to all who checked in on me while I hibernated. Jerry, Scott, Mark, etc. Thank you. Hey, of course, Harry. You know we got you, Harry Crossland.
Got you, bro.
And then we have a good evening. What's up, Jesse Reynolds? So, I got a powder. You know what? This is a powder actually about the studio, because I only have 2 real rules for people that work here in the studio. If you break something, tell me. And 2, treat everything like it's your own. And over the course of a shoot that another photographer was having here, he started hearing a light click. And I'm like, a light clicking? Why is the light clicking? Upon further review, I realized when I turned to the back of the light that the back of the light had been sunken in, which means it had been dropped on the floor, on the cord, and broken. And of course, debris in the light casing, which made the light make noise. Stuff was going to the fan. Look, we human. People knock stuff over. But guess what? If it was your shoot the next time you came in the building, I bet you would have called me up and said, Jerry, it's a light broke. Can you get it fixed before my shoot? But I actually had a friend rent the studio, and they actually discovered the broken light.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm giving a powder to the people that didn't tell me, didn't let me know, let one of my rental property people find out that the light was broke. Even though I have lights to replace it, tell me, because I could have switched it out. That way my customers are inconvenienced by delays. So
Isn't it amazing how people do that? I mean,
Yeah.
just something as simple as just tell you.
yeah, if you broke, I can't make you pay for it right there. It's up to me to take care of that. This is my house. I gotta make sure my house, but give me the tools to make sure everybody gets the same treatment in the house. That's all I ask. So that's my powder. But I do have a flower of a same token, because I just found out that I have to buy a new roll of chestnut paper. Look back. No, listen. I look back on my paperwork. That one roll of paper lasted us a year.
Nice.
So that means if you respect stuff and you take care of stuff, it lasts. So for me to be on the last rung of a chestnut roll of paper after a year, I'm happy. Paper's not that expensive, but when you have over 15 colors of paper, 15 times 100 is $1,500. So it gets expensive.
Yes, sir.
But for them to respect the paper and take care of that long, I am totally in awe of how good they did. So kudos to them, even though you didn't tell me when you broke my shit. Yeah. So, any more flowers and powder?
I'm gonna go ahead with the flowers.
Okay.
The kind of sort of the start.
Okay.
Shout out to my mom. She and I don't want to go too deep in it because he was about to touch on it, so I'm gonna kind of sort of wait a little bit. But she was at first, just like any parent that cares, she's like, "You sure you want to do this?" You know what I mean? Modeling ain't the regular 9 to 5 type of deal, so she was kind of, on edge about it at first. If it was a good career move. And now she got a whole shrine in the house of like 40 bitches, and she brag about me everywhere she go, man. She tells me all the time how proud she is of me, and it just gives me that little bit of feel that I need on the days that I just don't have it. So shout out to Mom Dukes for all the love. I'ma also, go ahead with the powder as well.
Okay.
To Mom Dukes for not being a millionaire. When she's like, "No, I'm joking."
I cannot powder your mom for not being a millionaire.
I'm joking.
All the millionaires in this room at this point in your life, raise your hand. Okay, so she's in
that's my favorite girl. So
she's in
good.
rarefied air. So, but before we go into the show topic, I do have a hot topic tonight, and since it's all gentlemen here, and we do have some ladies in the peanut gallery, I think I picked a good one. I'm not going to let the whole thing play because by the end of it, everybody going to be upset as shit. So I'm gonna play as much as I can, and then when I see y'all squirming in y'all chairs, I'm gonna stop it. Let's go with the hot topic.
Hey babe, was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once through my homegirl a while ago, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time, and second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people, probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. As the night's going, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. I'm a very observant person, so I started noticing people's orders, and they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. So something, I don't know what it was, at some point of the night after, people was, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, just stop and pay for your meal. Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways, and he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, "Oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them, and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl." I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl. So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card. Nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a shit show. So the person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, "Hey, what are we doing about the bill?" So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally she's like, "All right, well, who's gonna put down on the bill?" So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally another girl in the group was like, "Well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and everybody just pay you back?" My homegirl, she say no. Like, "No, I'm not really comfortable with that. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself. Because, first of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food, restaurant, public setting and embarrass myself because y'all don't have y'all shit together, right? I don't do that. I don't play that. My shit is already taken care of. My bill is taken care of, tipped out, tipped beautifully. My bill came up to $100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip, right? So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend, so she's staying trying to, figure things out and stuff like that, arguing and things like that with people. I'm not doing that. So I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, his bill's already taken care of. He took, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked.
So I think we get the gist of where this is going.
Yeah.
It's a shit show.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole idea is that, I am part of a large family. And when my large family goes out to eat, we already have a game plan in mind of how the bill will be taken care of. So I've noticed, and I'm sure you have, because we all in these internet streets a lot, looking at different videos, that there's a rash of this shit going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where men are being put in a position where they're going to a birthday party to hang out with a friend or with, people they know, and they're expected to pay for everybody in the damn room.
Mm-hmm.
When has this become apropos that you do that? Now, I understand if it's my birthday dinner and I say, I'm inviting you out to dinner for my birthday, then I am saying at that point, I'm paying for the dinner. Because I said, I'm inviting you out to dinner.
Right.
But if I say, hey guys, we're going out to dinner for my birthday, if you'd like to join, you can join. Just remember, I'm not paying for everybody. Because there are some instances where between me and my wife, we got almost 14 people, sisters and brothers. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So even if no nieces or nephews, you now going into the 30s because it's about 30 nieces and nephews. One of my brother-in-laws got a whole basketball team. So and I'm talking about 5 starters and a couple on the bench. So we got some large family. So when did it become so apropos that we are supposed to just succumb to going broke, taking people out to dinners? Survey says, This ain't new. This has been happening for decades. I had a girl bring a friend with her on our first date and expected me to pay for both.
No.
What?
Yeah, negative.
No.
I got something for that.
That's a no, guys.
I got something for that. Where is it? I got it.
One down, one up.
Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up.
That's right, because I am not paying for people that I don't even know, didn't even invite, and it's a date too. Please, so I mean, fellas, what do y'all think? Go ahead, Andy. You about to
These
go
my
in?
type of conversations, honestly. So I get that men supposed to be providers. It's a part of it. I get it, but also a part of being a man is being financially intelligent.
Word no.
So I'm not about to just be blowing my money willy-nilly on things that are definitely just unbeneficial to my legacy, to me building my family, to taking care of myself. And I think that's where it kind of sort of get lost. Like even on when I'm out with my friends, like I don't drink. So if y'all want to spend, money on drinks and y'all talking about the end, we splitting the bill, we ain't doing that. Like,
Bitch, please.
He said, please. I ain't doing that. And I think that kind of sort of get lost. Like I said, yes, men supposed to be providers, but I ain't going crazy either. I ain't stupid and don't try to take advantage of me.
But how is somebody going sidecar a date and expect to get a free meal?
Yeah.
He gets lost. I mean,
People
you
do
know,
that. People do that.
Yeah, this is a planned attack.
I was telling you what happened to me last week. Model hit me up, wanted some stuff for me, and we just.
He's talking about clothes. You know, he does crochet work.
But wait, there's more to this story.
But wait, there's more.
She wanted to get an outfit for me and all this other stuff. So we had
Ryan
this little
sound like a
conversation.
drug dealer and shit right now.
And then, but then it was.
Now, guys.
Can you send me $15?
But wait, there's more.
$15.
Huh?
Oh, there's more.
I don't even know who you are. Like, we've never even met face to face. And you want an outfit, and then you want $15, and then it was, well, I can give you content, huh? I don't need content. I'm trying to sell clothes. I'm probably the one guy that's trying to put shit on you. Like I don't need content. Then it jumped to
here we go.
Well, can you make it 100 by Friday? Huh?
Wow.
Wait a minute.
I went from making you clothes to owing you $100.
I didn't even say okay to the 15. We haven't even decided.
That is definitely worth a bitch please moment.
I'm like, no, this is not happening. Yeah. Like, this is not cool.
Your remedial math is not math.
No.
Yeah.
At that point, I think we're worth this.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No.
I am not. I refuse to be sucker punched by a dumb bag. That's a dumb bag right there. That's just how they say if dumb was an acre, if dumb was dirt, she'd be an acre.
And then they try to get you with stuff like, if you broke, just say that. No, I'm just not dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you broke because you asking me for money. I'm not broke. You are.
Just want to be like, yeah.
And welcome to the screen, our girl, model extraordinaire, Miss J. Nicole is in the house. What's up, Jay? How you doing?
Jay!
Hey, what's up?
Jay?
But seriously, like somebody said a couple comments ago, because somebody was dumb enough to do it, chasing ass.
Jared,
listen, I want to
I've
piggyback.
had 2 instances with bills where twice, it's for birthday, so it was understood, that it was going to be covered.
Yeah.
And the other time it was a huge group event, but we already knew that everybody was, responsible for their own.
It was a multiple Dutch situation.
Very multiple.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to piggyback off my man's right here, right?
Yes, and very Dutch.
When he goes, men are supposed to be providers. This is true.
Except for that.
This is true. But ain't no way. I'm a spiritual guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says provide for every fucking body.
Right.
Except for your family.
Right.
All right, let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Your homegirls,
that ended quick.
Her crew,
Uh-huh.
her boyfriend or her girlfriend, I ain't judging.
Yeah.
Ain't my fucking responsibility.
Nope.
You is.
Right.
Your mother on
Maybe.
occasion.
Your mother.
Right.
But
Shout out to look.
Shout out to the mothers.
Shout out to the eater.
Shout out
Because if she's an eater, you might want to take care of the mom's responsibility.
Yo,
Because if you got to eat her, you got to treat her right. If you got to eat her, you got to treat her right.
Man, I ain't lying, yo.
Shout out to the eaters.
Sometimes the eaters make you want to fit the whole bill and shit.
Start paying for dogs and stuff.
Man.
You said you want a lap size padoodle. Okay.
You be going through your phone. Can you cash every 15 real quick? I'll pay you back next week.
Yeah.
What's up, Amanda? What's up, Raven?
Like, what's
What's up? Okay, and welcome to the screen. They coming in for the good part of the show now. I know he was on the road, so he just got in off the road. This is our boy, the sophisticated Grizzly, Pierre Steady.
What's up?
I'm a solo screen it right away. Go right ahead. Tell us what you think. Go.
Fuck them bitches.
God.
Fuck them
Can't
bitches
even
with handcuffs on and crazy glue on their lips. Fuck them. If you think that I have to spend a certain amount of money to take you anywhere, then just bend your ass over my couch and I give you the money straight up. We ain't even gotta go through all the formalities. You can go eat with that food, eat with that money later. I don't owe you shit. There you go. You already knew.
What's
You
up,
already
Chris?
knew.
Welcome to the show.
Grizzy.
Yeah, he came in hot.
What's that? What's that?
He's like, okay. You know the steak came with dick, right? You do that. The steak came with dick, especially when you ordered the shrimp.
Grizz put on his spoken word hat.
You didn't have to. Everybody, come on, everybody, come on, everybody, come on, come on.
He was talking.
Spoken word, spoken word. There you go.
Ode to the bitches.
Talk your shit.
Ode
If you
to
didn't
the
know,
bitches.
Sierra's
The bitches,
Kenny
the big
is
and small.
he's one of the first day grown man Clique supporters. We love him to death. He's been on just about every episode, and he never falls short of being on topic. And I know he was watching that all the way home. He probably went 5 or 10 miles over the speed limit to get in that car.
And I ran a
Grizz came
couple
on
of
and
them
said
bitches
the name
over.
of this poem is "Fuck You Bitches."
Fuck
Hey,
you
JB.
bitches day and night. Fuck you
Hey,
bitches.
JB.
Huh?
I ran a couple of them bitches over asking for $40. They was in the way.
Wow.
But I mean, seriously, I mean, because we about to wrap this up. We about to go into the show topic. But I mean,
Right.
like, I don't understand. I mean, is it that you know, like flossing mentality that brought on this rash of people who think that you're supposed to take care of everybody because you're doing good?
It's simple.
You know, I mean, we saw, and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all are to blame for it because you tried to impress somebody by doing it. Like Harry said, if you always were fiscally responsible, and I know there's guys out there who believe that the money they made today, they're getting it back tomorrow because of the business they're in.
Right.
Most of us have never been in that business. If you have, you don't have to tell me. But a lot of us have been straight, upstanding citizens most of the parts of our lives that we tried to be like that. And some of us have probably went a little left and maybe did a little something to circumvent their income and raised it up a little bit when they were in trouble. And I'm not going to knock you for that because sometimes you got to eat. But what I'm saying is you can't represent a lifestyle and then expect people not to expect that lifestyle to be part of the mainstream.
But you know what,
I
bro?
don't think it's guys though.
But
No,
smart
guys
don't
do
believe
it
shit.
and girls latch on to it.
I think the biggest enemy in this whole conversation, and I've said this for weeks on the same podcast,
You better preach, damn it. You better preach.
dark side of social media.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It's the
You
dark
got it.
side
You
of
got
social
it.
media.
You got it. You got it.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a mix of a lot
Times
of
have
things.
changed.
But you got to
Because-
admit,
It's
when we
horrible.
didn't see it, it wasn't as prevalent.
It was easier.
Yeah, I mean, because JB, let's just be real, man. Hoes is important and suckers are relevant. That was never the case when we was young.
Right.
A sucker was a sucker, and he was over there in the corner some damn where. And hoes was what they were supposed to be. They played their position.
Yeah.
Now they think they're supposed to be getting $500 meals and shit like that. You ain't never been wife material. You weren't even born like that.
I blame Bad Girls Club, Love and Hip Hop.
Yep.
Shut up.
So basically, it went from pimping ain't easy to simping ain't easy.
Wow.
Simping is easy as hell.
Hey,
Right.
You can simp if you want if you got the bank account.
Okay. Yeah. But, all right. But that was our hot topic for the night. I think we did a good job with it. It went on a little long. I'm actually a little warm from that, you know. But we didn't bring these esteemed colleagues from the modeling community in just so that we could go through hot topics and talk about what people doing out in these streets. We want to talk about something that's important to photographers as well as models, and that's I called it the male model mayhem. And you know why I called it that? Because there is a certain stipulation put on being a male model that doesn't or isn't prevalent when you're a female model.
absolutely.
And when you are out here like some of these gentlemen who are grinding to do something in fashion, something, I'm telling you, I have never had either one of these gentlemen come to me and just say, I'm going to wear a Versace suit. Let's go. It's been like, can I be outside, upside down, black and white, with my tie blowing in the wind, running across the street, jumping over a hurdle in the middle of downtown? But they come up with creative content that's going to inspire an artist, an artistic photographer. Even the times that I shot Ty, we came up with concepts, ideas, like the Love and Basketball shoot that he referenced and everything. We came up with concepts and ideas that push the boundaries of just regular photography. And I know that a lot of times, you know, you guys get sort of typecast to me as an accessory to female models.
Absolutely.
And I want y'all to speak on that because I mean, when y'all come to me, y'all come to the table with sometimes way more creative ideas than some of the female models. I'm telling you, like usually they go, I want to wear lingerie and I want to have my hair this way. I won't be on the bed. I want the sheets this color.
Oh, what's the favorite joint? I wanted to be sexy.
I wanted to be sexy.
I wanted to be sexy.
Am I lying?
Right.
And photographers in the peanut gallery, y'all know. Come on, let's talk for real. When you shoot male models, they are more prone to come to you with concepts and ideas that are structured around something artistic rather than something sexy.
In 9 years, the shoot that I did with this man here is still the number one most creative shoot that I ever seen.
Oh man, I feel kind of good over here.
And that was upstairs.
Right. And you know
good.
that when you walk into my studio, I know somebody moved it and I don't know who did. The first picture you see after the two pictures in the hallway is the universe picture I did with you, where I made him part of the universe because I was like, man is the universe. So I superimposed him with a picture of the universe. And I mean, like, if you go to any of my social media, I'm more prone to post a picture I took with a male model first because they're few and far between. So I always want to give them that shine, or they end up posting it before I can get it out.
But
So
Jerry, everyone posts your work before you go.
that's true. 'Cause everybody know I suck balls at social media. I do. I'm the worst at posting, and you know what that comes from? That comes from me being an original OG artist that was from back in the day when you never posted work or you never put your work out there. You always let other people put your work out there. You had people who were gallery owners or you had people who were content creators who put your work out there for you. I've never, and also we had the show, remember the show, Bragging or Boasting? Because to me, if you old school, all of the posting and stuff that they do is more boasting and braggadocious to me. I don't have to, I know I'm good. I know I create great work for people who come to see me. So I want people to see it, but I give the models the first choice to post it. Because guess what? Have you ever posted a picture that you hated?
Nah.
Have you
I
ever
never
posted a
posted
picture
a
that
picture,
you
nah.
hated? Because you're gonna post what you
Yeah.
think is our best work.
Right.
So why would I not expect you to post something of mine that we worked on and both of us went, that shit is fire.
Right.
So give the models a choice. Let's go to some of these comments. Oh shoot, does anyone remember the Red Lobster girl?
Yeah, Harry, we do.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Harry, we do.
My issue is a lot of guys I dealt with don't come with ideas, or if they do, it's a schedule issue. Who said it? I just want to know. Harry. Well, can you elaborate on that, Harry? Even if you could jump on for a minute, if you need the link, we'll get it sent to you. But I need you to elaborate on that because, I mean, let's go to Ty. You still there somewhere, right? I see an upside picture of somebody. You look like a Toronto Raptor or something. I don't know. But I wanted to go to you if you're still there, Ty. Hello? Okay.
Jump in at the bottom.
Yeah, I see him. So anyway, but the whole idea is that, okay, can you send them a link?
Gotcha.
if you come with me with a concept, and you know that too, if you come with me with a concept, I will get you in here lick fast in a hurry, lickety split to try to do that concept, won't I? I will figure out a way to get you on the schedule to do that concept. You've never heard me delay like, oh, well, let me, because the whole idea is when you're excited about it, I want you to do it. Because if it waits or lingers or is not ready, you start waning on it. The only concept that I've been putting on a back burner is the boxing shoot he wants to do, because I have all the components. See, he probably thought I forgot. I have all the components for that, but the whole idea is I'm waiting for the right venue, because I'm waiting for someone to give me a yes. Because when we do that, it's going to be tough. When I get my brother-in-law to get us in before one of the fighting events so I can take pictures of you in the ring. See, that's what I'm waiting for. Shout out to Ponytail Promotions. That's my boy James Hogan. He's got a big event coming up. I think it's June 29th. My nephew, as you all know, is the super featherweight UBC champion of the world.
Okay.
Matt Poppy
Nice.
Allison. His partner is the USB heavyweight champion of the world, Malik Titus. So, that's what we're doing over at Time to Grind Boxing. But the whole idea with the male model community is they always seem to come in with strong ideas and content that they need more portfolio based than social media based. Do you agree?
And we definitely want y'all to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, you want me to go?
Go ahead.
If I go, it's going to be a real deal. Like,
go ahead. I want you
all
to.
Right, so I'm gonna say this. I think just because the modeling arena itself is women majority.
Correct.
When it comes to fashion, even when you think of models, you instantly think of women. Tyra Banks, stuff like that. Most people can't even name a successful male model, like big name male model. So I think that
where they gonna go with that. They
always
absolutely
go to Tyson Beckford or something like that. But
I forgot the young guy's name that's really hot right now. I can see it in my mind, but people don't even know about Saint Jean.
Mm-hmm.
He was the original black supermodel.
Yeah, and you might know that because you're a photographer, but the normal, like I said, the everyday, general public, not even aware of it.
Right.
So I say that for male models, we have to come in above and beyond from jump. Like we're starting from a not even an even platform. Like I have to make sure my body is right. I have to make sure the concept is right. I got to make sure that my posing is better, that the creativity level is better than my female counterpart. So I think that's what sets us up, from the beginning of coming up with these concepts, because we know what we're up against.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I have to come in on 10 at all times. Because if not, I'm not going to get those views that I need. I'm not going to get those likes that I need. I'm not going to get that recognition that I need. Definitely when we're talking about like social media and stuff, if I post a picture and I have my shirt off, some women might click that picture, but guys, I'm like, man, I ain't clicking that picture, man. That's gay. Like,
but see, to me, I'm sorry, I gotta see that picture, because if you pose like that, I'm like, why is his shirt off?
Yeah,
because you gotta have a concept. When I see you posting, it's not like you are like him. Y'all don't post every day. Y'all don't post 24 hours a day. So when you post, it's something I'm going, let me see what Anthony up to. Right. Oh, indie post, let me see what he up to. So I think that's the difference. But let me go ahead, because this is going to lead down the road of the topics that I want to hit tonight before we wrap up.
I feel like the most useful thing that I picked up on is being able to change in front of people, because like modeling, especially for the runway, you're always on the go. It's always quick. You might have a garment on and they might be like, oh, we need to change it and fix this garment because we don't like how it fits on you. And you might just be there, no shirt, or like, they give you a robe usually, but sometimes you just like, you're really on the go. So like, I could just change in front of you, like drop my pants, take my shirt off and change in front of you. not even to be weird, but like that's like something I've learned. Like I don't even care who I'm changing in front of anymore. Like I used to be conscious of it. Like changing in front of people is weird, but like when you're a model, it's kind of like it's normal. Like you just gotta get in and out of them clothes. You don't have time to think about what other people think about you without clothes on. So that's one of the most useful things that I've picked up on as a model, just being able to change in front of people.
I wish he used his words better, but the whole idea is that, you know, I mean, how conscious are you of being in front of people and dropping trowel and doing that and getting, you know, because the whole idea is that to me, men in general are more reserved about dropping trowel. I mean, you don't know? So you don't give a fuck.
I mean, we got to think.
Well, I remember the first time I met you. I wasn't even shooting you, and I had to talk to you about that. And we're not even going to put that out in the air. I'm not going to post that in the universe. But that was a good tip, wasn't it? I mean, when I told you about it, it sort of leveled the playing field, because sometimes photographers won't give you information that you really should have in order to make you a better model. And I was telling the shoot was great, but there was one issue with that shoot. And you know, it bothered me when I first walked in. And most guys know how.
Did y'all play sports?
They couldn't hear me say that. I muted it.
Did y'all play sports?
Yeah.
I mean, like for me, changing in front of anybody is nothing. I play football.
No, I still had a problem with it. Let's welcome Harry Crossland to the screen. What's up, Harry? But what I'm saying is that even though even though I played sports and we had back in the day, Roland Park Middle School, being in the shower, there was no walls. There was a urinal trough. So everybody saw everybody.
Yeah.
But guess what? As once you have for me, my whole thing changed once I had a door. It wasn't no more walking around the house free balling, because you never know when your daughter was going to run in the room and go, "Hey, Daddy, can you take?" No, so it changed for me. I used to be a free spirit, but I was never one to just get naked and drop trowel. That takes somebody with a lot of confidence, and it ain't even about a little dick, big dick thing. It's about a confidence that you got to have just to get naked in front of people. Am I true? Is that true?
Man,
more than true.
So my very first time ever even posing nude, I was inside of an abandoned school. Literally,
that's a great first start. That's a great
right in the auditorium with nothing but dirt. The ceiling is falling and everything. And the photographer named David, he was like, "All right, man." He was like, "All right." So the girls went first, and they just started getting naked. And I was like, "Yo, I didn't know this was going to happen." And I mean, completely naked.
Right.
So then he was like, "All right, man, you ready?" And I was like, "Ready for what?" And he was like, "Yo, you got to get completely naked. It's your turn." So I guess he knew I was nervous. So what he did was he handed his camera to one of the females. He got naked and then started posing. I was like,
"This don't help."
Yo, what the hell?
That does not help at all.
I was like, "Yo, what the heck?"
Worse. God damn it.
The fuck out.
Yeah, that's totally inappropriate.
Now I'm leaving.
That photographer is not here today.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But that was my very first experience ever.
I'm sorry you had to have that experience.
That's a whole
and it was,
skit for real.
hey man, listen, whole Dave Chappelle skit, honestly. But I will say that, like, after that like situation, man, I just didn't even really care. I was like, man, I'm inside this abandoned building. Like, if I can do it here, I can do it anywhere at this point. So, you know what I mean? It just was like tap into the art, just be creative and, you know, make something memorable. You know what I mean?
What about you, Anthony?
All right, so for me, when I first got into it, like you said, it's more so it's reading the energy, because it's always about the next person, you know, not even about being the accessory or being the lead on that actual shoot. It's about the vibe. I've never been to a point where I can shoot with someone and not be comfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially after the advice that Jerry and Scott gave me. So once I got into it, I took what they told me and just expanded. So when I got to the point where it was like my first nude shoot, I was good.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't no problem. And Jerry knew it wasn't no. He was like, "Hold up, you took the advice and ran with it. Don't come in here thinking we gonna be doing." And I was like, "No," I said, "It's about having those different avenues and being comfortable with yourself."
Mm-hmm.
So when I got into modeling and actually doing fashion and runway, shout out to Mama Jessie. That was my first actual person to reach out and ask me to walk. It was like, "Oh, do you have a problem with changing in front of?" I'm like, "Nah, let's go. We got to change. We got to get back up there because this is not no game."
Right.
And that's when OCD kicked in. It's like,
Right.
you know how it is. You know, and we know the avenue and how hard it is for males, especially not to say or depict, but for black males coming up in the modeling world or the high fashion, it's hard. So we are sticklers for making sure everything's correct.
Absolutely.
I want to play something right quick because that goes right into what you just said. Check this out.
The tokenism of black models in high fashion. Recently, I came across a GQ article about Autumn Mason, which is the first male black supermodel as claimed by GQ. And it got me to thinking about the fashion industry and how there is always one token person of color. And as superficiality is so deeply rooted in fashion, it does make sense that there is fierce competition between models. However, what does not make sense is the few black models that are actually able to grace the runway in the end. Even at
That goes right into what you were saying because it almost seems like there can only be one black male supermodel at a time. It's not you're not allowed to have that multiple layer. Like if you go back in the 80s, 90s, Tyson Beckford, the guy that he just said, Alton, he's the next. And before him, it was Saint Jacques. But it's never been like Saint Jacques, Tyson Beckford, Alton, all at once.
All at one time.
Yeah.
It's always been we've only been allowed one door to walk through. Now on the runway, you'll see 2 to 3 per show. But besides that, one of them. You will know the Tyson, you'll know the Saint Jacques, you'll know the Alton. But the other ones are just added because they want to be culturally appropriate.
And a lot of time they don't last for a long period of time. It's like they only give them a short window.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Where our counterparts, like somebody like David Gandy.
Wow.
David Gandy been doing it for
years.
For 30 years at this point, probably. And still considered one of the top 10 male models.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, whew.
That's
right. You know what I'm saying?
But that's because the aesthetic of male models in the industry, once you hit body type, the height, the color.
Right.
Don't, because sometimes you too chocolate to be the supermodel. And sometimes you too short to be the supermodel. Or sometimes you too tall to be the supermodel. So don't think it's just genred into the black model, because if you're a too tall Filipino model, they're not going to use you. Believe me, we've all been in New York Fashion Week and we've seen the selection.
Can we break that down?
Yeah.
For like people who may not know.
As far as what?
What is a supermodel?
Well, that's just a model that you know. As soon as you see their picture, you know their name.
No, what do they consider an actual supermodel?
Someone who everybody in the industry, such as Versace, Loren, any of the major publications, want to have as the face of a promotion. So it could be like Tyson Beckford. He started off with Ralph Lauren. Most people don't realize he was the first black model who posed for Ralph Lauren, male. That's what made him big, because he was the first black model to pose for Ralph Lauren. and be the spearhead of a promotion. So a supermodel is someone that you just recognize as soon as you see their work, because they're going to be the ones that people shoot. They're going to be the Kate Moss. They're going to be the you said her name earlier, Tyra Banks. They're going to be the
Twiggy, whoever.
yeah, Twiggy. They're going to be that face that you recognize without having to think about it.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a famous model.
Well,
A celebrity.
yeah, a supermodel is, well, they don't have to be a celebrity. They don't have to do movies. They don't have to do television shows.
but-
You just recognize their face from their work.
Which would make them a celebrity.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah,
definitely,
for sure.
definitely.
For
I
sure.
get what you're saying.
Right.
So, but you don't hit celebrity status until you hit supermodel status.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you got to be a supermodel,
In
and
order
then
to
and
get
on
celebrity
on so many different publications, and they've got to see your face so much.
So, because I don't know, that's why I ask questions.
Yeah.
How do you become a supermodel?
By gracing the pages of multiple different you have to, what do you call it, different designers have to want to work with you, different publications such as Vogue. It's so weird because it used to be so many, now it's so few magazines that really are out there.
Right.
Like for me, when I was growing up in the photography industry, V was the magazine. And most people don't even remember V because they all so much younger. Y'all so much younger than me. V was the magazine where I got all of those pictures from that wall from. They did not do regular magazine layouts. They did fashion spreads. V cost $60 an issue. Back before there was the what do you call it now? Mag clouds and everything. And no, they were there when Vogue and everything else, but V didn't do things like everybody else. They were like, we're going to do oversized magazines. We're going to do artistic layouts. I have every magazine that they had in the 90s in my house, and now they're considered art books.
Nice.
So to play devil's advocate on this conversation,
let's go.
Inside of our culture, certain things are kind of frowned upon, right? So I know for me, and it may be the same for you, but as soon as I say I'm a model, people think that I'm
gay.
You know what I mean? So
or you're part of the LGBTQ
exactly,
community.
And I don't have nothing against that. You know what I'm saying? You love whoever you love, but that just ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So you have some black men who feel like they don't even want to step into that realm because they don't want to be labeled,
stigma and connotations that come with it.
You know what I'm saying? And to be on a superstar, supermodel status, you have to have a backing. You know what I mean? You have to have a certain level of support nowadays with social media and the masses. So with that, if we're not even supporting our own, how could we have multiple, you know what I'm saying, males being supermodels when we frown upon it anyway?
But see, the whole idea is
I got another question.
Go right ahead.
Because I'm just curious because I don't know. All right. But from what I'm listening to you, right? Do you think it's that way because the designers and the people who's, I don't want to use the term gatekeepers, but that's what they are, may be part of that community?
Can I tell you something right quick before you go in? Right quick before you go in, and I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
There are gatekeepers in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
So you are not wrong with using that term here because in the high fashion modeling industry, there are gatekeepers. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. Speaking from a designer's perspective, because that's what I do, and I've been to a lot of fashion shows. I actually turned down 3 this year because I just didn't feel like doing them. But as far as the gatekeeping goes, that happens a lot more than you realize. Even at the shows, like when everybody's getting ready to walk out, you'll see them change the lineup. You'll see them change how they walk out. You'll see them change the lighting, like right there on set as it happens. You'll see it firsthand.
And don't tell no one.
Right.
Can I do a quick jump in? Because Harry, something was burning your soul because you jumped in. So what did you want to add to the conversation? Because I don't want you sitting there all night and not get a word in. Yo, if you don't know, that's Harry Crossland. This is a great friend of the show, great photographer. He is one of the top cosplay photographers in this area, as well as fashion and beauty. He does it all. But I mean, if you want that aesthetic for cosplay and for Comic-Con work and all of that, he is the prerequisite for our area. But what did you want to add to this conversation? Because I know he can't do what he does if he doesn't shoot male models.
And that's what I was going to say. So I mean, when it comes to the whole homophobia aspect, I've seen it on both sides of the camera. And I mean, granted, you can't get into photography and fashion and not come in contact at some point with that, without getting involved in that segment of the community.
Right.
And my thing is this. Now, me personally, I would really like to see more men step up when guys put calls out to shoot, because granted, it's like I feel like sometimes the only time when I do get a lot of male models or when I get my cosplayers. And truth be told, there are a lot of cosplayers who aren't models. They just look good in the costume that they're in. So they're kind of limited. But coming all the way back to the whole like ideas and stuff, I tell men, because I treat everybody alike. And Jerry, we've had this talk.
Yeah.
So come with an idea. Don't come to me with, I just want to put this suit on and look cool. Especially when you don't have the posing down to look cool with. It's just like, come to me with ideas. I don't care if you're male or female. Come to me with ideas so that way when I'm ready to shoot, I know exactly what I'm doing, or at least let's get in plan. Now let me pivot for a second. The other thing is too, getting back into the whole homophobia thing, guys, don't just think that you need to shoot everything female and half naked. Let me say that again. Guys,
I'm gonna say something that people don't even probably know the reference to. Bopa. Go back in your movies. You'll understand where that comes from. I'm old as shit. Go ahead.
Because the thing of it is, you don't ever want to be a one-trick pony. You don't want to be the person that all you shooting is the half-starving person with no clothes on, because that's all you're going to get. Mm-hmm. You want to have a versatile set of photos to show people, okay, well, if I want to show them this, I can do this. If I want to do that, I can show them that. If what I need is a male, and that male is mostly naked and it's creative and it's telling a story, who cares what the gender is? Because it's so there's so many male photographers that I know who won't shoot guys. Nah, man, that's gay. Nah, that's like what's gay about shooting another guy? Like what's the disconnect that I'm missing? Because apparently I'm not getting. One last thing, and again,
no, you're good. You're good.
Male models. When you see photographers putting out calls, because matter of fact, just a side bit, I had a guy hit me up last week. Just went about it all wrong. It's a long story, but I'm not going to get into it. But the bottom line is this. Whenever you reach out to somebody that wants to shoot you, before you agree to a shoot, have your work ready. Because if you come to me saying that you want to shoot, I'm going to ask to see your work.
Right.
Because I want to see that you got something that's worth me working with. But then likewise, go see my work. So that way, if you have an idea that you have in mind that you want to see executed, please make sure that me or whoever you decide to go with is the right person. Don't just jump at a photographer because they say I can hold a camera in my hand.
Muted. I'm sorry, we muted ourselves. I'm sorry. But what I wanted to say is this is another thing, and you touched on it. Have you guys ever answered a model call that I put out and I've not answered you back?
No.
Because when you say I need a model because I have free time, are you available? I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, LGBTQ plus, all of the. I don't care. I want to shoot. You give me the energy, and I'm going to shoot you. So a lot of us don't have the qualms. It's whether you think that you should call or whether you think you should reach out. You should, because the whole idea is that getting in front of more photographers boosts your portfolio. But you also, as Harry said, you have to be somewhat selective because you can't shoot with just any GWC.
That's what I was about to say. And that's
But if you go to my page, because everything that is associated with me has my name on it. If you say Jerry Brown and you go to Instagram, you're going to see Mass Creator, My Intimate Eye, and Mass Creation Studio. If you go to Facebook, you're going to see Jerry Brown. You're going to see the work that I do. You can make that assumption there. And most of us are like that. We don't care. Photographers are artists. If you looked at Michelangelo, Picasso, Da Vinci, they didn't just do women. I mean, physically, they didn't just do women, but
we know what
artistically, they didn't just do women.
Me and Jerry been doing this show for like what?
Well known for
2
some
years.
Yeah, we're into our second year.
And I definitely give Jerry shit about what he be saying on the show, but I will admit, and I'm gonna tell a story right now, and I hope I say this very cleanly.
Yeah,
and I won't get canceled for this shit. But if I
do what you gotta do.
But
and then
Jerry called me down here one day. He was like, "I need your help, man. I need your help to photograph this group of models." And I'm like, "I got you. Don't worry about it." I pulled up. I walked in. I saw this nice model. I'm like, "Damn, she cute. She cute." And then I walked past the dressing room. I was like, "What the fuck you got me into?" I said, "What the fuck did you got me into?" He was like, "Hey, you a photographer, right? You can pass it." I'm like, "All right." And Jerry passed the buck so quick. We was doing the shower shit. He was like, "She got long legs." I'm like, "She?"
That was a she.
All right, cool.
I know exactly.
Cool.
No, I know.
I wasn't
wait a minute, but
did I kill it?
You killed it.
I killed it.
He didn't believe that she was a she, and she is a she, and I've shot her multiple times, and she has not had corrective surgery of any kind to make her a she. She's a she. It's just that certain features that she has presents kind of rugged. But he didn't understand that wasn't that was the least of his worries.
That wasn't the least of my worry. It was just I was shocked. I wasn't.
Yeah. It just made him. He wasn't. Facts. Harry Crossland, when posts looking for a model, wishing males would respond as well. I don't think the field is saturated with males. Of course, it's not saturated with males, but like I just said, males shouldn't be afraid to say, "Hey, will you shoot me?"
Shoot me.
Yeah. And kind of
shout out to Vic and shout out to Wesley who just gave us our last comment.
And kind of piggybacking off of that as well is when you're first starting out as a male model, I think a lot of people just get lost in the sauce of not knowing where to go. Harry kind of sort of touched on it is check out the people's work and then find what suits you and where you're trying to go. I have worked with a plethora of photographers, and then I have some of them who, and once again, you might feel the same way, who might be like, male muse. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's an honor for somebody to say I'm their male muse. Like I bring out a certain level of creativity and we work well together. Same thing. I think that is pretty cool too within my modeling career that I've had an opportunity to work with females who bring out a certain level as well. And I can create dope art with. Shout out to Jay.
I didn't get ready to say
man,
something.
Shout out to Jay.
I'm telling you.
I didn't create
the work that we've done together between the three of us.
Listen,
because the whole idea was it was all about the art, and I call her J Rome. That's my homie. That's my homie, J Rome.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
The whole idea is I call it that because it's an energy that it doesn't matter what sex she is. It matters what art she brings. And she brings art. You bring art. When we get together, everything we did was fire, and all of us sit back and we like, yo, why isn't this in the Met? Why isn't this here? Why isn't this there? We got the most deleted picture on the Instagram.
Man, listen.
We have the most deleted picture on Instagram.
I agree, because Jay is one of my favorite models to shoot.
That you never shot. So shut the fuck up.
And it's
You want me to come like Rich. I'm sorry, Preston.
it's crazy because I'm gonna put on a spot too. So I was just on Instagram. You know how they like post like people who did a basement over, and you know what I mean. It's all extravagant and stuff like that. Don't walk away now, Jay. Come back here.
She might be cooking.
Yeah, come back here.
Get my potato.
I knew she was cooking.
Well, turn your camera. So she messaged me, like messaged through the story, and was like, so the work that we've done is gonna be hanging up in your basement. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, absolutely. Like, it's no way that I can have a house and put artwork up and not put up work that we have created.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna tell you when you know, and
4 years later, I still have people asking me about that one shot of the freaking masks, man.
yeah.
Man, listen.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing, and this is the beauty of it. When you create art, art lives. And when we work together and we did what we did together with the images that we created, male models are always the ones that bring those pictures that people go, yo, you need to sell that. We have done like the fire extinguisher picture when we just met.
Man, I've used that for so much.
That fire extinguisher picture is amazing, and I can't wait to sell it.
Man.
And when we do bring it to sale, we will both benefit from it because I'm getting ready to do my first gallery showing.
So you talking about the fire extinguisher pic? I like the one where it was at the end of a photo shoot, and I was like, "Hey, is it paint over there?" And I grabbed the paint, and I just started putting paint on me. And
that was crazy.
That wasn't even planned, and it just came out incredible, man.
And you know what? The only other shoot I could compare to that, as far as creativity in the moment. No, the only he's an asshole for real. No, I know if you
that's talking about
the movie. No, the movie.
I know. All right, yeah, I watched it.
Shout out to Kelly Rowland. Mia Khalifa was a dope movie.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I missed the beginning, and I didn't realize it was a Tyler Perry movie, and I sat through the whole movie.
The ending was terrible.
The ending was trash, but everything else. Anyway,
Pause
but
this conversation. I got a lot to talk about. Go ahead.
But let me wrap this up real quick. But the only two photo shoots that have brought more energy to my creative conversation was the picture that shall be always forever known as the most deleted picture on Instagram, and also the picture that you and I did with the paint.
Mm-hmm. That picture that keeps getting deleted, I'm gonna definitely blow it up one day.
It will be in my showing. It will be in my showing.
Show it to our fans.
Yeah,
I don't have it because it's in my drive. If you send it to me,
I do.
No, the whole idea is that okay. All right. Brief prerequisite. The image was not safe for work. It was not overly sexual. It was just perception. And before I do that, because it's something that you both have bought into in your modeling career, that I think a lot of people need to understand this part of modeling. And I'm gonna send this out.
Male models are more aesthetic than bodybuilders, and the reason is very clear. They don't discuss people, which proves the biggest contributor to aesthetics isn't size, but rather shape. People who brag about their body weight are brain dead. Male models aren't that muscular, but they look great because they prioritize important muscle groups. And there are 4 individual muscles that have to be the strongest part of your physique to build aesthetics. Your lats and your mid-delt. Both of these add to the male version of the hourglass shape, the V-taper. Then your quadriceps. Because if a girl's legs are way bigger than yours, we got a problem. And then obviously last, the abs. which means you must be lean, which is the biggest factor to aesthetics.
I just understand.
All right.
Yo,
Which way?
for the record, I hate them niggas
To
on
your,
TikTok. They yelling.
Facebook.
Okay, I can pull it up while we're talking.
hate
But the whole idea is that people think that being buff and being overly developed and all of that is sexy to women. It's not. The aesthetics of male model bodies are way better than the aesthetic of a bodybuilder.
And it's hard to tailor the like right in between that line.
Yeah, but you guys have done
Shout
it.
out to the
Why
fat
are we
boys.
getting feedback all of a sudden?
Shout out to the fat boys, man.
No, you're
They
good.
said bodybuilders, John.
No, you're
Leave
good
us
too.
alone.
I don't know where that's coming from,
The fuck?
but we'll figure it out later. The whole idea is that what he said: biceps, quads, lats,
Abs.
and abs. Those are the only things that you concentrate on for photography. If you're in bodybuilding, everything has to be overly accentuated.
Okay.
And you know, because you've done professional bodybuilding, and you know, you have to starve yourself, feed your muscles, and overpump, overwork to get the aesthetic that they want for those shows. That's the same thing that's going to be negative
On the other side.
on the other side.
Yeah.
But because we even talked about it, like when you were going through your bodybuilding aesthetic, how I was like, you look good, but you don't look photo good.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's that mix. And how do you balance that mix between the overly developed and the underdeveloped? Because you're actually, both of you are actually trainers. So that's another thing. So how does that mix work? I'm gonna go over here and fix this damn sound because I don't know where this feedback came from that quick. But I'm gonna go fix the sound. But you guys.
So when it comes to modeling and certain look, I think it still all really just generates around what story is trying to be told. Because you can use a bodybuilder for certain things, you can use someone that's lean for certain things, you can use someone that is just health conscious and eats correctly, but it doesn't really have a certain physique. But you can use someone for everything. That's what I like about the photographers, because it's all about the story that they're trying to tell. That's why I like to shoot. That's what got me into modeling. I just focus on eating. I don't really focus on bodybuilding, being bigger, or anything to that nature. It does come into play if you are trying to get to that status, as Rich keep asking, as far as if you want to be that supermodel, because of the gatekeepers. Everything has a stigma, from size to height. So it plays a major part. For me, I run into a lot of problems when it comes to runway because of the height issue. And that's where, you had those gatekeepers, because you have those now, shout out to those now that are doing it, where they don't judge. They're not looking for a certain size or a certain height, because they are trying to uplift everybody for those that are opening into that field of fashion. But then you have those that have their feet down, which, you could say some are the gatekeepers, and they stick to that 6 foot and up. It used to be discouraging at first, but then I got to the point where I was like, I'm not doing it for them. What I'm doing for me. What makes me happy. I know the avenue I'm trying to go, and I know what I have to offer. So I keep pushing in my lane, and I have that most excellent question, because if anybody is a designer that is paying attention, or if anybody was a designer here, why would you stigmatize or put those stipulations for a certain look, size, height, or anything where you don't know who coming to spend their money? So you're going to tell that person is 5'5", I'm not going to make your suit, because everybody I had on this runway was 6 foot. So, you run into those stigmas. And again, like Indy said, it's about supporting our own.
That's real. Before you show this picture, before you show this picture, I'm not saying that. This is a wrap. Y'all know y'all can't show me shit. Y'all know this.
But
y'all know this. Let me get this out.
Okay.
I agree with you because I've been into the same shit till they see these legs. Okay.
Oh God. That's a short story.
It's a wrap.
This is a short story.
It's a wrap. Don't give a fuck.
But so I have the most deleted picture on Instagram that I actually shot this.
No. Jay, sit your ass down.
Jay is not going because
Sit
it's
your
fine.
ass
No,
back
she's
down.
fine. But she ain't worried. This is her art. She's not. She loves her art.
Man up, nigga.
But this is the most deleted picture on Instagram ever. And we can show it because the whole idea is that it's not safe for work. There is nothing showing, but people were so over the top with this image that they didn't get the artistry in it more than they. Let me just show it. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I love it.
Oh yeah, see, that's what I was saying. like what me and Indy was saying. I know the art side of this. I know the art side of it. You know,
What's the problem?
even if it's
The problem is people don't realize
Perception.
where his head is as opposed to where her crotch is.
People don't
If he
care.
got that long of a neck, he need to go to be a giraffe in the goddamn Baltimore Zoo.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm looking at all the aspects of the shit. You see how his nails is digging in her shit?
Yes.
Like, oh my God.
This is art. This is what
that
I
shit
do.
cannot be on Instagram.
no,
Yes,
it's
it
telling,
is.
right. It's
That shit-
telling the story.
I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you. It definitely
It's
told
like
a
Jordan
story.
said, the perception.
Definitely told a story.
IG don't like the story.
Yeah.
And how many triangles you see in that picture?
Hey, listen, I see a lot
It's
of
13 triangles
I
in
see
that
a lot of
picture.
triangles.
It's 13.
I see a lot of triangles.
That's definitely a Twitter. I'm with y'all.
All right, let's
Shut up.
read some of these comments from the peanut gallery right quick. Huh? No, I definitely got to go to another topic right after that. I'm gonna let you go in real quick.
Yeah.
But Anthony was definitely a crowd pleaser in my show. Personality, stage presence, outfit, and accessories, and his props were fire. Of
Let's
course.
go.
And he
Let's
always
go.
calls me up too. He be like, Jerry,
Let's
who you know do this?
go.
Jerry, who you know do that? And guess what? I give him as many references as I can. And even somebody who's shooting with another photographer in my studio and never shot with me, I still give them your name because that's what I do. I know if it's gonna if you're gonna do amazing shit,
Mhm.
I don't care who you do it with, as long as it gets done.
Right.
We can't be photographers as we think we're the only hot photographer. I respect your work. I
Ain't nothing wrong
respect
with
your
a little
work.
ego,
I
man.
respect your work. I respect
There
your
ain't
work.
nothing wrong with a little ego.
Everybody's got different eyes.
But everybody's got a different eye. And what
Yeah.
somebody else's aesthetic pleases their eye may not be what I do, and I'm good with that. But if
Shout out to Jay and Indigo. Like,
but
Yeah, that's
I can't shake your hand.
as
Jay.
Craig and Day Day said, damn.
She gonna punch me in
If
my
this
face,
was
I know.
Europe, no one would blink an eye. Correct.
Right.
Because there was nothing wrong with that picture at all. And I want to give y'all a shout out because the whole idea, and this is the backstory to that picture. We couldn't stop laughing while we was trying to set up the picture.
because I was talking
the
to
whole
her.
idea is that we're laughing the whole time, and we like, yo, it won't work if you're laughing. So stop the fucking laughing because we're working and we're in such a relaxed place.
That wasn't even a funny part. The funny part is like when we first saw the shit, Indigo said she farted in his face. Anyway.
How did he fart in? How did she fart in his face? And his face in his. God,
I ain't say that. I ain't say that.
wow. She has an amazing anus to fart in your
Yeah,
face
I
when
ain't say
you're
that.
sitting cowgirl.
Nah, I ain't
If
say
it was reverse cowgirl, that would have been.
She gonna punch me in my face.
that. Yeah, you're trying to get me beat up. Like,
All right.
trying to get me beat up.
So hold on. Let's go to Van because he had this something, and then I want to ask the question that everybody's burning for me to ask. Go right ahead, Van.
All right, so to kind of piggyback off what Anthony was saying before we showed the photo, as far as the male models go, they're actually really, really sought after. Like it should be more male models. And you know, like we were talking about earlier, I don't understand why the males are afraid of it. Like I don't get why they're afraid of it. And I don't understand why photographers are afraid of it. Shooting male models, because you know, like Jerry said, some of the best work that I've done has actually been with male models, and I normally don't post it because that's not what people wants to see. I've got this fire shot that I took in Atlantic City up at Caesar's Palace. They were doing some renovations on the fountain, and they had taken the statue out. So I had a male model stand in the fountain to replace the statue is there and pull off the same pose.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it was firework. And
did he come out as dick?
And you can't get that shot anymore because now that statue is there. But you know, for the most part, a lot of people just don't want to see that stuff, and I don't know why. So I mean,
I think I heard the whole conversation, bro. So I'm gonna shut up.
So now, you know, we've been going with the straight aesthetics of modeling, and now I'm going to bend the curve a little bit. I'm gonna take it to the realms because we just had a conversation about our show going over an hour and 30 minutes. We're at an hour and 36. Scott, he works in Virginia. When you gotta run, go. It's fine. I respect this guy because he gets up at 3 a.m. after the show to drive to Virginia. So if he gotta run, if you see him like say bye, he gotta say bye. And if at any point, but we're not gonna be that long. But I've got to hit this subject, and this is gonna hit close to the bone, fellas, because I wish Ty was here because he had to bail out early. And I told you, I don't care how long you stay as long as you come in and talk to us. But this is the subject that's going to bring the most vitriol in the whole conversation. You ready?
Here we go.
Everybody always thinks that male models are only out for the ass. They only want to fuck. They only want to get that booty. Hold on. This is it. We going in. This is what I do. We gonna make sure that people understand what we do. You see how close Harry is to the screen? I'm not saying anything's wrong. I'm not saying anything is fucking wrong with fucking a model that wants to fuck you. But this is the problem. Do you think that sometimes in the modeling industry and what y'all are trying to do is sometimes tainted by the fact that some guys are running gunners? Running gunners to me are the guys that just want to get in the modeling industry, fuck as many people as they can, and then get out. And then when you go into the modeling industry, you have to deal with all of the what I call roadkill that happens because of what they did. And no matter what you do, no matter how you present yourself, you're dealing with all the roadkill that was left in front of you. Before you guys answer, I want to give you a minute to go ahead and think about that. We're gonna marinate on it, and then I'm gonna put my boy in a solo layout. Harry, what you gotta say? Go right ahead.
It cuts both ways, bro. It cuts both ways. You know me. I've been around it. I've seen it. And yeah, you get some people. Period. Yeah, they go out there, they step in it, and they make it worse for everybody else. So yeah, when you do get someone that's coming in and coming up and everything, and they act in a certain way, especially when they're trying to do their shit on the up and up, everybody's going to look at that person and look at them, with extra scrutiny. Like, well, is something going on? Is he gay? Is he this? Is he that? Like, what's wrong with him? Ain't nothing wrong. He's just trying not to mess up the same way like everyone else has. But like I said, it cuts both ways. But yeah, it's harder on guys because, men are expected to be a certain way when they get into the modeling thing.
So
now this is now before you answer, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna ask the question. So if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to.
Let
Sex
me
with
add
models.
let me add one more thing.
Hold on. Before you go in, sex with models, off the board. If they want it, they can get it, or I won't do it even if I want it because it's not for the business. But before you answer that, I'm gonna give you a minute to marinate. Go ahead, write it back in the, what you gotta
One
say.
more thing. All I want to add on is just simply say it's either that or how well do you keep your business to yourself based on whatever it is that you do. Because if you're out there being dirty and everybody knows your business,
That's a good point.
kind of on you.
So before I take it off a solo layout, because you gotta hear this. Is it GWC or MWD?
Again, that goes both ways.
You get me? You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Let's go in.
Is that,
Let's go in.
Jerry?
You want to go
It's
first?
men with.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna say this.
Shouldn't it always be MWD though?
So first off, being inside of this industry where when you are a male model, is very few that are straight. So
Right.
now you're already kind of like the candy of 150 women if you're at these big photo shoots or big fashion shows. So in situations like that, we don't really have to chase. A lot of that comes to us, even if we're not even searching for it. So sometimes it is kind of hard to say no. Have I had sex with a model? I have.
Are you single?
Name names.
Oh wow.
No. I mean, let's rephrase the question. At the times that these things have happened,
were
you single?
Oh yeah. I was
okay, because that's not a question.
Right,
I didn't phrase the
No,
question.
no. You
And
good.
I want to thank Scott for hanging in as long as he
you
could,
good.
but he got to drive to Virginia in the morning, so I know why he rolled out. If
But-
you want to step down and have a seat, you can.
No, I'm good.
It's not too late. You can
good.
always sit down.
We only black.
But I will.
It don't rub off. I swear.
It doesn't?
No.
I will
So
say.
you're welcome to come down. Go ahead. Finish
I
it.
will say for me, I take any photo shoot like super serious. Like I'm locked in. When I say I'm locked in,
So it's a professional 100%, period. For the most part.
Yeah, kind of is.
But you know what? Can we ask this? Have you ever taken a photo shoot because you knew the propensity for the end result was something that you wanted to happen?
Nah, see, I ain't never going like that.
Okay,
I ain't never going with
because
the
this
mindset
is,
of that.
but see, this is the whole idea. We want to go there.
That's a PWC shit
No,
right there.
that's a MWD. That's a MWD.
You
Because
think a photo shoot with the end result
MWD.
possibly being
that's
Going
a
to tour.
MWD.
yeah, that's predatory.
That's a
That's
MWD,
straight
man with
predatory.
dick. Not a model with dick,
But
but
don't
man
every
with
Doesn't
man
dick.
matter what it has.
No, you
I'm
look,
confused
it
about
does.
I'm confused about this acronym right now. you know.
Because a model with dick,
That's the ham.
that's the ham.
That's the ham.
That's the one that is only going into it with the opportunity
No, I
to
think-
decimate as many women as he can
Right.
and not produce
brothers, I
art.
don't think y'all
Well, that's
MWDs.
predatory if you're going
What
to
you had me walk into that day. That was an MWD.
I got to hear the story. Hey, Jerry,
Hold on.
I got to hear the story.
Give me a
about that
second.
when
Give me a
I
second.
got to hear.
I
I'm
definitely
joking.
hold on. I definitely want to introduce. Can you introduce her? Because you know her well.
I don't see no name.
Right here.
Who?
No,
Facebook user?
Oh, can I
No.
say it? Can I say
Alright.
it, please?
No, you can't. He can.
Okay, welcome to the Grown Man Clique, Mama, and the Queen of the Queensmen, Miss Avanette.
I knew it was all in that. You ain't trust me.
I didn't trust you.
did not
I didn't trust
me,
you.
motherfucker.
Other than that, we are we welcome you, and we are so glad that you joined in to the Grown Man Click podcast. She is the spearhead and the centerpiece of the Queensmen.
Correct.
Because what she does is she only represents male models.
So how do I become a part of the Queens, man?
I think you just did, but we'll talk about that later. Just by
How I
asking the
do
question.
that?
The whole idea is that there are instances where people are about the work. There are instances where people are about the art, and they're not worried about all the stuff that other people are worried about, which is y'all fucking the models, y'all this, y'all that. Because I know.
Well, doesn't the same go for women models?
Well, we're
as
not
well?
talking about women tonight. So we can talk about women in general, but what we're focusing on is the stigma that men get when they enter this.
So they're getting into modeling just to be with women. Is that the?
There are some. Because
stigma.
Yeah,
The
there's a
stigma
stigma
is-
that some men get into modeling just because they know that the 90 percentile is women.
Right.
The 10 percentile is men. And if you think about it that way, you're thinking it's 9-1. Okay. But guess what? In the real life scenario of how the ratio is 6-1.
But the question is,
I'm talking about the
they stop-
population.
Well, let me ask you,
Population
Jerry.
represents.
Jerry.
Well, give me 1 second, and then I'll let you go in. The population represents as a 6-1 ratio. That means there are 6 women to every 1 man.
I'm with you.
In the model community, there's a 9-1 ratio. It's 9 women to every 1 man, and that's not counting
That's a beautiful.
the LGBTQ community. That's counting just straight to straight ratio.
All right, grown man click math.
So
No, it's not. It's real math.
So we won't
Because
get
the
off.
one thing that
So
people
we-
don't understand
won't
is
get off
we
the
do our
question.
homework. And I've been studying before this show. This is not something I'm making up. This
I'm
is
not
the
saying you
real. I know, but this is the real ratio. There are 9 straight women to every 1 straight man in the modeling community.
Now, from what he's saying though, John, I want you to hear it.
Oh.
Indigo said it's not hard being a straight man.
It isn't
It's-
at all.
And if it's not
Actually, it's a challenge
It's a challenge to say no
because
Jerry,
because you're trying to
Let
keep
me-
it professional.
Go right
I got
ahead.
you. I
Go
got-
right
so,
ahead.
So
Go right
we're
ahead.
dealing with the stigma, right? Now I already know the answer to the question.
I don't like
right?
looking up to you. You moving down here in a minute. Go
All
right
just
ahead.
close your eyes.
No,
So-
I will
so,
not.
Jerry, let me
That
see-
sounded really predatory, but go right ahead. Go right
So
ahead.
don't worry, it won't hurt, Jerry. I promise.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like just stop.
And if I said I believe that, that would be very.
I'm a professional, Jerry. Oh wait.
Anyway,
Seriously, let me-
go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Go
as far
in.
as the
Go in.
stigma,
Go in.
right?
Go
I
in.
already know the answer, but the question is, what can male models do to kill the stigma?
Most of them have.
And that's by
Most of
perfecting,
them are
obviously
being
being
professional.
professional.
Like most of them are
right.
professionals because then you know what we don't go into is how many women are married as opposed to men that are married in the modeling industry, which lessens the percentile.
Doesn't
Then
necessarily.
you got to go into the women that are abstinent and the men that are abstinent, which lowers the percentile. We can do that all day long. But the whole idea in this whole community is that the key to it is we have to make sure that the male models are in it for what they're supposed to be in it, and the female models, because a lot of the
It's
onus
about
is
being
put on the males. Y'all got to be professional. Y'all
about-
can't get hard. Y'all got to be respectful. Y'all got to do this and that
Sure.
and the third. And the female models can flirt. They can rub your chest. They
Touch
can
your
do,
stuff.
They
not
can do
all
all.
that
I
stuff.
think it's
Wait a
about.
minute. Hold on. They can
John.
do all this
Hold up,
stuff.
John.
Anthony,
Jack.
they can do all the stuff that men, if it happened to them in a private bedroom, all alone, would actually cause pheromones and hormones to actuate, and you are expected not to react to it.
I feel like
Now I got a question though, and
Yeah.
what in what situation would a woman be all over a male model in a professional?
Have you seen any
no,
Gucci
or
or
I'm saying in a
Versace
professional-
ad in the
I'm just saying
last
in a
10
well,
years?
maybe I miss it, but I mean in a professional setting.
Yeah.
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 I know you're not about to ask.
I mean, I've seen a million pictures.
But no,
Put
you
together.
you're
Maybe
you
I'm
are
missing-
not
Let
seeing what
me
we.
answer that.
I can go right ahead, baby.
I can answer that one even as a designer. You know how many people have tried me just to try and get some clothes? I'm not even shooting with them. So for it to be a male model and actually working with them, to be able to be close to them, to be able to touch them, to be able to, entice them more.
I guess it depends on what their intent is.
If people are coming after me for clothes, they're going after these guys like no one's business, I'm sure.
So I guess it depends on their intent too.
John,
So
John, I want to keep it focused, right? Like, I want Ant to
Really?
talk, but just to piggyback on what Harry was saying, I think that's what he was speaking on. If I'm wrong, bro, you can always speak up. But it's different for us being men in the industry, like far as photographers and like models and knee models and leg models and shit. But it's different because you're gonna get the stigma, but you're only doing this shit to meet women. You're gonna get a stigma. Women are naturally looked at as beautiful, right?
So most of them.
Jesus Christ, John. What the fuck? It's naturally, that's what we looking at. So when a man do it, it's just a little different. If I'm wrong, speak up on me. Like I'm not trying to knock the shit out, but but it's always gonna be harder for us because we looking at it. We
Like a
get
different
stigma.
perspective.
Yeah, we get a stigma that we're only doing it from a sex basis.
Yeah,
right.
and-
Than anything.
Right.
And
So just to
honestly,
photograph beautiful women or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when they got New Balance shirts on like you and shit.
Hey.
So I fuck with you though.
And honestly, if I'm being
This
real,
could be my next photo shoot idea. I'm gonna kill that shit.
Don't do it. Kill it.
I thought it was need bitches on his shirt.
if I'm being honest, a lot of times I'm going into a photo shoot not even thinking about the sexual aspect of it. I'm thinking about like the creative aspect of it.
But let's put it this way. Even the female models are thinking about it as the artistic way. They're not thinking about catching a guy. They're not thinking about all of that. A lot of stuff. I'm sorry. I come from an art background, and I'm in case you didn't know it. I've always been a part of stage and artistic stuff, but just from being in an environment where sex sells, because even in the arts and doing plays and musicals and all of that, the intimate environments promote promiscuity.
So, and I might make it worse. And I'm gonna say that I might make it worse. And this is why I say that, right? Is because for me, I also look at when I model, when I look at it as acting, right? So if I know that I'm about to do a photo shoot with a young lady and I have to be in a certain type of
mentality,
headspace, up, I might be listening to certain music in the car to already get my mind in that space. I already created.
Don't listen to 9 Inch Nails before you go into a photo shoot. I wanna fuck you like an animal.
So I'm listening to me, but I've already created, like, I met her at the coffee shop. We went on this date
You a
here.
method actor in your photography?
Yes, in my mind, I literally think of once I step in a room with her, I'm already in love with her at that moment. And then I also know how to shut it off when the photo shoot is done.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. We got to give the Grown Man Clique a solo pay right now. We going solo ourselves because that's the key. Everything is about turning it on and shutting it off when you need it to be. A lot of times people think that photography feelings are real feelings.
And it's not.
They're not. I talk all the time about how what you put to my camera is for the camera. It's not for me. You've heard me say that a million times on the podcast. And that's what models, that's what everybody needs to understand. It's not for us It's for the camera. If you can't portray a real story, like if you look over at that wall, and in my wall there is a whole wall of model photographs. The energy that they portray is not for the photographer, it's to get the aesthetic that the image is going to be portrayed as what the people need to sell the clothing.
I think so. The word we've been using a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and we say professional, professional, professional,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand that word. And one of the reasons I like the name that Arvanet came up with for the Queensman, is classic, vintage, and gentleman. You always present yourself as a man. I don't. My grandmother raised me, but she gave me what she felt as though the morals of a male was, looking at male in his eyes when you shake his hand, everything that you're supposed to do as a male.
Right.
So when you conduct yourself, I have daughters, granddaughters. So it's like,
I don't even have a
know-
granddaughter. And how old are you?
42.
God damn, I'm 57 and I don't have a granddaughter.
So it's like when you a gentleman,
She
how
married.
how
She
are
better
you
get
gonna
married
want-
now.
how you
Yeah,
gonna
she
want
about to get
somebody
married.
to
This
present
gonna
themselves
change. This
as
gonna.
a
I'm
child?
sorry. We don't mean to overtalk
When
you.
your
It's just-
daughter, if your daughter getting the modeling, of
My
course,
daughter is a model.
every guy, I don't care what no guy says. If you're not going to come across no one that doesn't have that energy, that vibe.
Right.
But forget the word professional. If you're a man and you're a gentleman, you know your job. You know your intention. So when you go there, your job, especially for the women, even though we talking about the males, the women are preyed upon by photographers, male models, and just everything in general with how social media is. So you need them to feel comfortable because you can be vibing all day long and be in the character. But if you can't give her that sense of security when it comes to this, you don't fit whether you're the accessory or the male model. So I always look at it as being that gentleman,
Absolutely.
that male, energy, vibes, connection, that's always going to be there. It's like you said, turning it on and turning it off, but that's a character. But when you standing on your grounds, your morals, and your principles, you are being yourself. You're not going there. Don't go there to be, in my eyes, don't go there to be, you're not, that's not your intent. You're building a career. That's how I look at it.
And kind of sort of talking off of what Ant just said is one thing that I would suggest for all male models is what I do is I pull them to the side before the photo shoot starts and I talk to them and I kind of sort of like get a clear vibe of where they are. You know what I mean? I might ask them how their day was. Yo, is anything stressing you out? Are you good to go? You know what I'm saying? Like just stuff like that to kind of sort of get them into a comfortable, safe space too, to let them know, like,
Arvanet, you could talk anytime. Your mic is live. We don't have anybody muted. Go right ahead.
Like I said, to make sure that they are feeling safe, because like you said, as a gentleman, that is your job. Is you know what I mean? Outside of being a model, if you are a man, you should want that female that's in that position to feel absolutely comfortable, absolutely safe, and feel like you're respecting her, you know what I mean, for the utmost.
I mean, just like with here
that's
at
it
Mass
right there.
Creation,
Yeah,
here,
that's it.
just like here at Mass Creations, whenever I reach out to a model or a new model and, talking to them about being here and working here, I always say we are model safe environment. Bring who you want to make you feel comfortable. Because it's about the art. I don't need to be alone with you to create art. It's if the person you bring with you puts you in a headspace where you can't create art, then we have an issue. But Arvanet, do you have anything? Because Arvanet is the catalyst and the creator of the Queensman, correct?
Correct.
So if you have anything to add to this, because if I want to tell you this much, from what I understand, she only deals with male models.
Correct.
And that's her genre. So what can you add to this conversation that we need to understand more about male models that we aren't hitting on or that we may have missed, or something that is more poignant that makes understanding the male model in photography more important?
Well, I'd like to say good evening to everyone. Hey guys, how are you?
How you
Doing
doing?
good.
I'm doing well. Shout out to Anthony. I absolutely love him. And that is why he's a Queensman. He speaks very highly about being professional. Our mission is always to be classy, vintage gentlemen. That's it. And what encompasses that is the professional side. Now, listen, all of my guys are fine. All 10 of them are fine.
You need to make it 11.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out how I get to be a Queensman.
It's not that easy, love. Love, it's not that easy. But let me finish. It's not that easy. So, first of all, presentation is everything. So when we walk into a room, we walk into a room with the real models are here. That's the first thing. The second thing is my guys are trained to know, don't step outside that zone. And they have women all the time that come up to them, but they understand Queensman business is Queensman business. And what that means is that if I see that, you know, I might want to holler at you, I'm gonna have to do that after Queensman business is taken care of. And I'm going to tell you why. And Anthony will attest to this. After every show, I very seldom network. Because of the type of light that I have, I can sit in the corner and people just flock to me. They come to me. So it's not a whole lot that I have to do. But they're coming up to the guys all the time. Well, there was one instance where a show producer was calling for the Queensmen to come back. And because the Queensmen were so preoccupied, I ended up going out by myself, which is a no-no because we're called Queensmen. So they are very territorial about me. Well, when I had to go out by myself, I came back and was like, where were y'all? And they were scattered. I said, listen, when people are asking about the Queensmen, you need to be ready to answer them. That could have been an opportunity that we just missed because you were preoccupied. So that was just a lesson learned. They don't have to say anything to the women. The women say it to them. I hear you guys talking about how the stigma is that the men go into the model rooms or wherever the shows are with sex on their mind or with the women on their mind. Listen, the women do the same thing.
Well,
especially when they see the Queensmen coming, because men are a commodity in the industry.
Yeah, but Abinette, don't get it twisted. We don't think that the men are going in there with that on their mind. We understand that there are certain men in the industry that go in there with that on their mind.
Right.
We're not putting that on everybody because I've worked with Indigo for what, 6 years now?
Yeah.
It's been almost 6 years. I've never felt that he was a predator because that's what they are. If they go in with it with sex on their mind, they're predators. And it's been almost 3 years now. It's been about 2 years or so that I've worked and photographed you. And I've never felt like he was a predator because the one thing that I don't allow in my studio is GWCs and MWDs.
Shenanigans.
That's guys with cameras and men with dicks. That never.
So we gotta
No,
have
you no, that's no, you don't understand because that's a joke to you, but it's not a joke to me. There are guys out here who all they want to go is, hey, I'm here if you need me. And that's what they want. They want you to feed into that energy. And then there are guys out here like Indy, and there are guys out here like Anthony who are trying to create an energy and an aesthetic where they're like, we're artists, and the artist comes before anything that happens after that. I don't care what you say to a model after you step off of the floor and you're in the hallway walking to the door and they follow you to your car and then they follow you to the restaurant or the bar and y'all go and do whatever grown people do. It's about the energy in the room and making sure that you're respectful of the energy in the room because this is a creative facility.
I agree with that. I think the stigma with male models are that they are a little bit less work compared to the females, and that is definitely not true with the Queensmen. We have a standard, and my Queensmen are bougie, so it's not less work for females. For me to have males than females, it's not less. I enjoy working with males because they are a little bit more teachable than the females. I find that, and I just have to be really honest and really transparent. I find that some little girl's mama told her she was cute with the dress on, and so that meant she could model, and so
Yeah.
now she thinks she's a
Damn.
runway model. And then
Damn.
and then you come across a runway model like me who has been
Hold
representing.
on. Be quiet for 1 second.
Yep.
Just because you cute don't make you a model.
It does not. It does not. It does not. But those type of women, they're not teachable because all their life they have been heard that they cute. Listen, you being photogenic has nothing to do with you leaving the smoke on that runway.
Right.
It has nothing to do with you knowing how to walk because you could take a good picture because your auntie told you you was cute in that shirt on that runway.
And just so everybody understands, it's not just about the runway. That's what the Queensmen do. They are models and they walk the runway. They do that, but they all also are photography based models as well.
Right.
But your Avenette is their key to the runway and the stage and the performance end. And that's the whole idea. There are so many different layers to our business that people don't realize that you have to be prepared for every layer. There's photography, there's runway, there's commercial. It's so many different layers, and people don't understand. If you're a professional model, you can be called on for anything.
Absolutely. And you and the camera should always have a relationship.
There we
I
go.
have certain photographers that me and their camera is easy peasy. I have a good relationship with their camera. But again, it's about being humble. It's about you knowing your lane, knowing your place, and being teachable. My guys are very teachable. They trust my vision. They trust the direction that we're going in. If I say, turn your foot to the right, they're going to turn their foot to the right. Why? Because they trust that I'm seeing it from a different angle than how they're standing. And that's important to me when I have a creative director hat on as well. Right. So you have to not walk into a model room, a model call, a photography studio with I'm the ish and I'm here. It just does not work like that. It does not. You still have to be very humble and very teachable when you're coming into this type of genre, because the mistake is that a designer will put just to get their clothing out, a designer will put anything on you. I
No,
know
they
some
won't.
designers, if
No,
you
they
have a
won't.
bad attitude, you can't walk nothing for them.
Yep.
So
Right.
right before you go on, Avenette, I want to drop this last video. This is the last video of the night because I think it's so poignant and it makes so much of the points that we've been making tonight about the aesthetics of being a male model. Try this on for size.
Okay, so this right here is a common problem. Honestly, a lot of people have it because everyone's submitting to agencies, so they might not see your stuff because you got hundreds of people that want to model and they're sending to agencies. So the best thing that you could do if you want to get in the game and not be a signed model is to apply to places like Rebels Castings or Casting Partners on Instagram, and you can basically fill out paperwork on their website, like your height, size, and put digitals in there, and they'll send you like jobs if you match that description, and it's freelance modeling. And basically you could do jobs and get paid for them like a regular model that's signed, and you could freelance, and then you could build your portfolio, and then you could pitch yourself again to agencies after you built your portfolio doing freelance work. And you do get paid, like I said, and tomorrow I can give you guys a tutorial on like how to fill out the thing, but I gotta go to Chick-fil-A, so yeah.
But see, this is the whole idea. A lot of times models think that there's not work out there for them. And there's work out there for you if you put in the work beforehand. And with Arbanet and the Kingsmen and Queensmen, and everything that they are doing to destigmatize this industry, you've got a plethora of work out there for you. Y'all are just in the wrong lane thinking that going to every photographer and taking all these pictures are going to get you out there. They're not. You got to have a game plan. You've got to have an idea of where you need to be, how you need to be, and what you need to be in order to make yourself accessible. Accessibility is the main thing. If you're not doing anything on a Wednesday and you say, well, I'm going to Starbucks, and you see a model call or you see a photography post that says, hey, I need a model, and you're not going to it, and you have everything. There are times, you've seen, and I have a whole 3 closets full of clothing for models of every size. So if you tell me, yeah, I can fit you, so stop. Don't even play with me. Every size. So that's the whole idea. They don't understand that people are out here who are like, I can make you look good, just show up. I'm not gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna lose. Taking pictures of you where you're gonna lose is not gonna benefit me. Taking pictures of you where you're gonna lose is not gonna benefit me. And it's not gonna benefit you because what you gonna say? I went over to Mass Creations and it was horrible.
Right.
I want to make sure I have people who are supplying me with goods and services and things that are going to be amazing for you to, and you're going to be like, yo, we can do this. So sometimes you have to go out on that limb. You got to make that jump. You got to stretch your artistry to allow people to work with you that are going to do something that's great for your portfolio.
And then also just be open minded. That's one thing that I suggest to all male models is if you're working with certain designers, it's not about who you are, what you would wear on your normal day to day. They might give you something that you might not even like the clothing, but it's not about you, about your style at that point. It's about you're doing your job. It's about you walking, you presenting those clothes well, doing what you're supposed to do, and then leaving your mark. I see a lot of male models get wrapped up on that. Like, I don't like them shorts, or I don't like them pants. I would never wear that, and that's not the right mindset to have in this industry at all. So something to think about if you are looking to be a male model. You ain't gonna always like what you wearing. You ain't gonna always like. We ain't got to worry about this. How they do your hair. You ain't got to worry about that. You know what I mean? But just keep an open mind. You know what I mean? In this industry, be creative. Step outside the box. Step outside of your comfort zone, and it can take you into some wonderful places. You know what I mean? That you can never imagine.
Yeah, that's wow. I think Jay dipped off, so we done hit all the marks.
I'd like to shout out the Queensman is headlining on a cruise ship in June. So if anybody is interested, I need a few more models. If anybody's interested to coming along with the cruise, wanting to build up their portfolio, featured designer for the Queensman is Earl Bannister. He's out of Be More. So if anybody wants any information about the cruise that the Queensman will be headlining, get with me or Anthony. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Cool.
Yes,
No
yes.
problem.
Also, if you could put all that information in the chat, we'll share it too. Also,
Real
I
quick.
think that's it. I think it's time to wrap it up.
All right, so I want to go to Harry. Harry, if you have anything that you want to wrap up on, please, definitely.
Yeah. So couple of things, and then I got to shout a particular person in the room out. But models, definitely the male models. Same advice I give the women: show up on time, show up and be professional. Even if it's just TFP, still treat it like it's a paid gig, because that's the kind of thing. If somebody comes along years later says, "Well, how about so and so?" Nah, that person's late every time I shoot. No, that person's unprepared every time I shoot. Well, y'all just did TFP, right? Yeah, that's what made it even worse. Because trust and believe, I've met some folks that was on the up and up. Matter of fact, this leads me into my next thing, brother Indigo.
Yes.
I got a message that I've been meaning to give it to you for a while. So I don't know if anybody remembers. Indigo and I did this way out shoot way back when.
With the Confederate flag.
Yes,
absolutely. I remember.
On.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got a chance to talk to the creator in person, because come to find out, Jeff had cancer. The guy that actually drew the comic, he had cancer. He was out sick for a long time. I hadn't seen him in about 7 years. I didn't see him again for the first time until this past September. And I got a print sitting here waiting for you if you want it, because I have no place to put it.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. Say less.
That's
I
number
thought you was
one.
talking
And
about the
number two,
shoot we did with the regular flag, but that was different. That was with Jay.
matter of fact, hold on. Let me show you the print. Let me show you.
Oh, he going to get the print.
Okay.
All right. This is unscripted. This is live in person.
Okay. No, this ain't it. Man. I believe I know where I put it. If not, I will tear this house up and find it. Let's see, is this? Yeah, bro, I'm going to have to tear this house up and find it. But Jeff wanted me to reach out to you and said, "Wait, I think I got it."
Wow.
Oh, let's go.
Wow.
Nice.
Let's go.
I got to find a way to get that to Baltimore to you, but
yes, sir.
Jeff,
You'll be here in a couple weeks.
Thank you for bringing that to life.
Man, it's an honor.
Because the right people got pissed off and the right people loved it.
Hey.
And that's all about art.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the main thing that we're in it for, is the art. If
Yeah.
you don't, art makes conversation. It makes people think. It makes people question. It makes people realize something within themselves. We have to be artists above everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came on the podcast tonight. Other than that, I can't wait to meet you. I need you to have the whole Queensman contingent down in the studio so we can work with them. I want to thank Indigo. This is my main man right here. I talk to him all the time. It's been a minute since we worked together, but every time I see him, I tell him, we got to work. Yeah. We got it. I can't wait to see what he's going to come out. He was like, "Can you make me fly?" And I don't know what he's going to say. But
same here.
Yeah, but whatever comes out his mouth, we're going to make it work. I want to thank everybody in the Peanut Gallery. You guys have had an amazing time in there. I saw everybody, the usuals and some new people. This is about the art. That's what we want you to know. We want you to understand that this is about art. It's about artistry. It's about how we relate to our cameras and how we relate to the people that we photograph. I definitely think we're going to have to do another male model mayhem too, because we didn't get into half of the questions that I had lined up. This is because we didn't get into the when she into you and you ain't into her, and we didn't get into with so many aspects of this conversation that we've had with because we're on like model behavior 6, but this is male model mayhem 1.
All right.
Y'all got to do some catch up because we have to see it from all aspects and all points of views. Because if we're not, then we're not doing a service to the industry.
Right.
And we don't ever want anybody to think that we're not going to be even killed in this. So if you guys have any things that y'all want to promote, you need to let us know right now. So do you have something coming up that you want to tell them about right now that they can jump in on? Bring your mic up and let them hear you if you do.
No, nothing is coming up right now.
Anything coming up?
Like I was saying, I got a big fashion show coming up in the Cayman Islands that I'm super excited about.
That's
So,
a trip.
Man, that's a
trip.
It's gonna be
That's sexy.
It's gonna be amazing.
The mornings on the beach, you know they're gonna be photographing your ass with what we call it, the man meat all greased up.
Listen, but one thing I wanted to do before we got off, man, is the creator of the Queen's Men. I just want to say shout out to you for creating that avenue for us male models to flourish, and putting people like Anthony in that place, because sometimes it's not easy, and for you to take that upon yourself to create that space for them to grow, to have a plan, to have a guy like that is truly amazing. So thank
It's
you and
different.
shout out to you.
It's different because male models are on the island a lot of times.
Absolutely.
It's like I understand, like when you were here, and when any male model came in, what did I do? Oh, you need to talk to Indy.
Right.
Because I told you, oh, I heard of Indy. Yo, you need to talk to him. I put people together because I want to make sure that, if there's a blueprint or if there's a roadmap or a schematic that people can reach out to make their lives better and make their industry life better, I'm going to try to do that. And that's what this all of the stuff that we're doing right now is about growing an industry to a point where the melanated models matter, the melanated photographers who they don't ever see matter, the non-melanated models that support melanated models matter, and photographers matter. Because John is a proponent of everybody who's a creative. So that's what we want to do.
When does that happen?
Oh, you don't like
shit about anybody.
Oh, fuck you.
Yo.
He's
Y'all
a
set
dickhole.
off bad.
He's a dickhole sometimes, but we love him. We love him.
I love everybody.
I know. That's what I
love
just said, basically.
We're all in the same boat together. Never. You have to really.
As long as you ain't got the whip, we can be in the boat together.
Wrap this shit up. John just talked about putting us on a boat. We out of here. Let's go.
Well, all right then.
Let's go.
Grown man, click out.
We would like to thank you guys for joining the Grown Man Clique, and we would like to thank you for all your comments and all of the back and forth that we've had tonight. The commentary has been amazing, and as we do at every night when we leave, we say two things: do good, but
Hey,
if
JB.
oh, whoa, we almost blew it. No, no. Hold on. We got to give our boy Sophisticated Grizzly the solo screen because I don't know. We are not the hottest. We are not the hottest podcast on the podcast streets
You
right
need to
now.
think positive.
We're good, but we're not the hottest podcast on the podcast street right now. My boy Sophisticated Grizzly is the hottest podcast on the podcast streets right now. So we got to tell y'all where y'all need to be at 8:15 on Wednesday nights. Go right ahead and let them know.
So 8:15 every Wednesday. Make sure you come and check us out, the Sophisticated Grizzly, over on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitch. And this week is going to be the podcast with no subject. We just going to talk some shit.
Hey, Grizz, you ever broadcast on Twitter? Or
What's
X,
that?
whatever it is now. You ever do live broadcast on X?
Yeah. So
We're
I still
live
call
on
it.
X
I
right
still
now?
call it Twitter because I don't give a
Yeah.
damn what they decided to name it. And
That's
by
why
the
we
way,
did
everybody, y'all, I don't know if everybody that knows about me doing the Teddy Files, y'all know spring is about to start springing. Get your hands on this one right here.
Afnan.
Wait a minute. What Afnan is that?
That is Tarathi Blue. So when you see this bottle, you see that bottle? It says springtime, baby.
Okay, in case we have some new people in the house tonight, and we need to let you guys know that he is our resident sommelier. If you look at the back of his wall,
I noticed that.
those are all fragrances,
Uh-huh.
and you're not seeing all of them. You seeing what you can see in the frame.
He's never worn the same fragrance twice.
No, no, unless Mrs. Grizzly tells him to wear it
I
again.
don't know about that. All I know, I'm gonna tell y'all, them boxes are empty because I done stolen half of them shits.
No.
Them boxes are empty.
But
If y'all see Rich showing up to the podcast, he ain't touched my boxes.
Hey man.
Anyway.
Hey man, I've been out here.
Just to let y'all know, if you have not watched any of his podcasts or any of his cologne reviews, you need to definitely check him out on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
Because he will tell you the expensive fragrances as well as the cheap fragrances. Because sometimes people balling on the budget.
Yeah.
But there are some great fragrances out there. I'm sorry, my favorite is Afnan 9 p.m. That makes you smell good as shit every day of the week.
Look, he already knew where it was at.
Yeah. If you put that on, shout out to all the eaters because they gonna eat.
Shout out to the eaters.
Shout out to the eaters.
This is eater certified right here, baby. This eater certified.
The bottle got a ball on the top because they gonna take your balls. They gonna take them.
Before you kill the solo shit, you gotta get Grizz to say his favorite line. Say fuck them bitches one more time.
Yes. From the bottom of my heart. Fuck them bitches.
All right, and we're on that note.
Yes.
We're gonna drop you out of the solo layout, and we're gonna say our last our last comment. Do good. Please do good. But if you do bad, do really bad, so they know you meant it. Peace.